Now, now see this do get and do post. Yesterday's session was focusing on do get and do post method. And this content we have already seen how this is differentiated with one another. So get method is used for the purpose of retrieving something from your server, and whereas the post method is basically used for writing and updating something into your server. As far as get and post method is concerned, get method will always transfer its data in the format of query. We call it as query string, and it will only contain ASCII values, that is only characters is been allowed. So whenever you want to store, you want to transfer a binary or a image or a PDF or any file needed to be uploaded on a server, so we need to use a post method over there. So you cannot use get method because here we are using only ASCII values for transmitting the data from client machine browser to your server. So another somewhat basic differences we have found between the two thing is that get requires cannot send only limited, because the information here we are using only uh, 2000 characters are only allowed to get transmitted from client to server, and basically it is only a 2 kb data, and that depends upon this browser. So how much quantity of data it need to be transferred, so that is the one of the limitations of get. Whereas in post we are using what we call as a body does, and that body is you can add, you can transmit data from your client machine, a huge amount of data, even a PDF in MBs can be transmitted using your post method. So it is always beneficial for the transmitting data, a huge amount of data. Now as far as security is concerned, as we are looking that it is always be displayed on your address bar in a format of query string. So you are getting the variable number and the values also, so you cannot hide your password in the address bar. So as far as security is concerned, it is you cannot use your sensitive data to get transmitted on using a get method. But for the purpose of security, it is always preferred to go for the post method, because your all your data is binded into a body, and that body will be maintaining its sensitivity of your data. Now bookmarking is directly possible because we are only retrieving something from a server. So bookmarking can be done in with a get, whereas bookmarking cannot be done with the post method, because here we are posting something, we are not retrieving something from a database. Same way caching is possible in get, whereas caching is not possible in the post method. Now we'll move further, that is get request is idempotent, means what you can have a multiple request to the one single URL, whereas in a post you cannot give a multiple request to one single portal or one single link, because each link is being considered as somewhat different request, whereas in get it is a common link being retrieved again and again. Now get request is safe because it is only retrieving a data from the server and displaying on a screen. But when we call it as whenever you are transmitting something, that is you are posting something in the server, so here it is not safe because it might get somewhere leaked, or it can be used malpractice by some other people for the purpose of you're stealing your data. So that is post is not that much secure compared to the get. Now as far as the get how in what ways we are using, so whatever type you type and you whenever you put an enter button in your address bar, the URL you are calling just like www.facebook.com, if you enter like this, so that is nothing but you are using a get method. Same way whenever you click any link tag, any anchor tag, so that is with the hyperlink, so that is nothing but you are using a get method. And explicitly whenever you are writing an HTML code with a form with a method called as get, so that means you are using a get method. Whereas in post method, it is always mandatory to use a form as your tag, and into form there should be a method called as a post. Then only it is possible that this method attribute with post value will be only responsible for implementing a post scenario in your application. Now this is what we have discussed yesterday's session, and I think we have started with one of the application of your server, and where we have gone for writing one of the calculators. So yesterday it was not possible for me to execute your calculator, so today we'll go for running those application, and some will be going for executing some program also there of database connectivity. Now here I will be calculating executing the program. It's simple. Yesterday what we have done is that we have created two text boxes with number 1 and number 2, and I am accepting the values from this one in these two text box, and when I click on this submit button, it will be doing addition in front of me. So this is nothing but your HTML file, because this is the name I have given is calculator.html, and I have written a code into HTML. So as soon as I click on submit button, so it will directly call one of the servlet that is called as addition1. This is the name of a class I have given. This will be called, and here the addition will be done and your result will be displayed. Now in this addition1.class Java file, what we have done is that we have written a servlet that is importing a IO package, a servlet package, and a servlet.http package. So these are the three packages we have imported. We have created a class called as an additional one with that extend HTTP servlet, and into that we have written a code into a do get method. Why do get method? Because in calculator, whenever I am calling this form with this class called as addition servlet, so here I am specifying it is a get method, so 100% I have to write a get method into this class called as addition1. So there is a do get method. So whenever you are saying get into your method, so it means you have to use do get method for that one. And what is definition? It is constant definition. You have to specify it that it is a class, it is a function do get with HTTP servlet request. The name of object is request, and HTTP servlet response, that is the object is response, and it always throws two type of exception, that is servlet exception and IO exception. So in this I have written my code, and what is there? First I need to set the content that is in the HTML format. You can give a character UTF also. If you don't want, you cannot put, there is no requisite. If you want, you can put it. If you don't want, you remove it also, no issue about that. Now it is just for the purpose of displaying whatever things you will be displaying on a browser will be in the format of text and in the format of HTML, and the character you have used is UTF, that is universal transfer format, that is 8 bytes data format you are using. Now here whatever things I have written entered into this text box, that is text box 1, so I have given a name called as NO1, and text box 2 with name called as NO2. So I have used this name attribute values into my servlet called as address1. So this is the number 1 text box value, and this is number 2 text box value. Now how to get those values? This is not a request. So request object, request means what? Whatever you will be receiving, that will be in the request, and whenever you want to send something out of your program, that is nothing but a response. So I want to get the values from calculator HTML into my program. So request object, that is object of hyper HTTP servlet request. This object dot get parameter is the function that will be checking a parameter whether it is there in your query string or not. So NO1, so number 1 is the name of attribute, whatever values will be there, that will be transmitted into the variable called as a number 1. Same way, whatever values will be there in this parameter called as a number 2 will be stored in this variable called as a number 2. Now using a print writer, what I have done is that I have used this code for displaying something on a screen. So HTML, head, title, body, because this is a basic way for displaying something on a browser. And now here the mathematical operation actual logic is there. Now this number 1, it is in the string format, because whatever there is in the text and whatever thing is transmitted using a get method, it is always being in the format of text. So you have to convert it to integer. So for that purpose, integer dot parseInt, typecasting is been done of number 1. Same way typecasting is done of number 2, and with this plus operator I have added this number 1 in the integer format with the number 2 of the integer format, and I have stored into the integer variable called as a result, and that I have displayed here in on a screen, that the addition of number 1 with number 2, the result will be something like this one. So I will move for running this program. So right click, run as. So this has not been accepted because I will need to call this HTML first. So my values will be transmitted from HTML first. So I will be running the HTML code, and HTML code will be calling the servlet for the execution. So bottom side is a console that will be displaying the program compilation and all will be done, and then after that here the browser will be displayed. So browser will be there. See, it is localhost. I have changed my port number, so that was one of my yesterday's error. So port number 6060, servlet demo is the name of my project, and into this there is a calculator.html that is stored directly into web container and into the folder called as a webinf. So it will be there, and you see the URL over here, and when I put enter code as number code as, if I want to add a number 10 with 5, so when I click on this add button, so you see in a URL it is calling and servlet C. So servlet demo, it is calling this servlet file. Addition 1 is the name of a class which we have created, and this is no1 number 1. This is number, nothing but your name given to the text box 1, that is containing value called as a 10. Number 2, that is containing the text box 2, that is containing value called as a 5. And now with this my business logic, I have created a result called result after the addition of 10 with 5 will be getting a 15. So that simple thing we have done with using a get method. Now if I want to make a changes into this, I am stopping the server at the bottom. So if I want to make a changes over there, so what I will do is that I want to use a post method over here. So I don't want to display something on a screen. So here I need to only change the name, that is a method called as a post, and into this logic I will be only changing the name called as a do get to do post. So that's only change I have to do. So whenever I will be using this one, so it is do post method, and right click. So this is nothing but I have saved this file also, and saving this file also, and now running this HTML code again. Now here I have used post method, not get method. So posting will be there, binding a data, encapsulation of data, and that will be hide from the user. So I am refreshing again the page, because that will be some errors it might be there. So here I am adding 20 plus 10, and here you see in the URL it is just the calculator.html, and when I click on this you will see 20 plus 10 is equal to 30, but nowhere I have seen the name of a variable, that is a text box name, and nowhere I have seen the values I have entered to that text box. So are you clear with this? What is exactly the meaning of what we call as, yes, everyone getting?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Suchita, Dhanasri, both
Yes,
Dhanasris.
sir.
Okay, तुम्हारा
Yes,
सम
sir.
हाँ do get and do.
Yes, sir.
महेश्वरी समझ लेना इशिता.
हो
Okay,
सर
Yes,
कळालं.
okay,
yes, sir.
do get and do post का
Yes,
समझ
sir.
लो. Okay. Now my today's assignment will be, today's program will focusing on database connectivity. Now database connectivity means what I have to do is that we will be retrieving something from uh, what we call as directly on a screen that will be displayed. So uh, basically I have already, we have done this program in the previous session, so just I want to refresh those things. So we have done this program previously. So for that purpose of database program, what you have to do is that you have to first start your Apache. I think everyone has installed this Apache MySQL, and this Apache, this is for the purpose of displaying something on a browser like this. So here just for the purpose of again refreshing your thing, I will be again opening those things. So this is Apache screen. So basically whenever you install a XAMPP, XAMPP control panel is displayed. So XAMPP, I'm clicking on a XAMPP control panel, and in XAMPP control panel Apache Tomcat not is that there is Apache being installed, MySQL is installed, and we have already used this database for the purpose of storing a data, because nowadays Java 8th version is not supporting your access database. So we have to create a database into your MySQL or Oracle. So we have used open source database that is called as a MySQL, and that is predefined installed in your XAMPP server. So we have installed this XAMPP previously in a DBMS. So MySQL I have start, it is always there on a port number 3306. I am minimizing this one window, and I am opening my browser to log in into my database. So localhost, I think everyone has executed this program previously of a database. So just for the purpose of refreshment I will be doing this one. So localhost, and there is no port number 8080, it's just a localhost, and you put over there, press enter. So automatically the XAMPP server will be opening that Apache server, and in Apache we have already installed your MySQL. So we'll be opening that database, and we'll be creating, already it is there, so we'll not waste our time in creating a database of a student table. So I'm clicking on PHP MyAdmin, and when I click on PHP MyAdmin, I will find that whatever databases I have created, it is there in your my data system. So first it is database being created, then the table, and into that table we are creating different fields, and we are then after that we are adding some record into that. So you just go for the previous session of Java JDBC, and where you just rewind those things how we have created a database, and I have already shared the videos on how to creating a database and how to insert a record into a database. Now this MyAdmin of your XAMPP server will be opening a MySQL window in front of you, and where you'll be navigating each and everything. One second, it is taking some time, but it will be opening. Till it opens. Okay, now it is open. Now here we have created different types of databases. So here for the purpose of student I have created a MC2 database. So when I click on this, you will find multiple tables we have already created into this. So when I click on this plus sign, so we have created login table, a result table we have handled, and we have created a student table also. So I click on student table, and some records already we have stored. So we have used this roll number fields, S name, that is student name, contact number and address, and I have added this record into this. So there are 7 records already been stored into this database. Now I want to write a servlet that will be retrieving this data from your database, your table code as a student. So the name of my table is student, and student table will be containing roll number, S name, contact and address. So all fields will be removed, retrieved, and that will be displayed on a screen. So shall we move for writing a code of your servlet that will be retrieving a data from a servlet? Yes, using a servlet. Shall we move for writing a code?
Yes, sir.
Are you clear with how to create a database and
Yes,
how?
sir.
Okay. So here
Yes, sir.
I will stop this server first. Make a habit to stop a server as soon as your task is completed, and then we'll move for the further. So this is my server demo project. So right click, and I'm creating a servlet. So this is my servlet. So I will be giving the name called a class called as student uh, data, student data display. बड़ा नाम दिया, कोई दिक्कत नहीं इसमें. So this is my name of a class. I will not make changes anywhere else. Go for next one. So this is a URL path that will be created after that. So here I want to display it using a init method. So I don't want constructor, I just want an abstract. I don't want post, I just want a do get method over there. So I'm clicking on do get method, and I'm just unclicking any other which has been clicked previously. So it is unclicked, and I'm clicking the finish button. Now this screen will be available in front of me, so I will remove each and everything. So whatever I require I will only use into my program. Okay, so this is what we call as URL. Don't remove this one. This was most important whenever you move in a ready-made IDs over there. So uh, here it is IO package, I need to use it, so I am using IO star. I want to use servlet star, and I want to use HTTP star. So we'll remove remaining packages because these are the naming of classes, so that will be removed. And this is one more addition. This is for the purpose of web servlet, because your URL path has been defined using this one. So whenever you are using this ready-made tool, you keep it as it is. Okay. Now this is a serial variable. This is for the purpose of ID. So don't think about what is there in this. So very simple. It is public class, and the name of the class I have given, that is student data display, and that has extended a servlet class called as HTTP servlet. And into this I have written a function called as a doGet, that is protected with HTTP servlet request and HTTP servlet response, and that always throws 2 exceptions, that is called as a servlet exception and IO exception. So this up to now, are you clear with this what we have done? Yes, everyone clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will be here. This is the platform where I will be declaring something that is global declaration. I am displaying, giving a comment and saying global declaration. So tell me whichever, whatever classes we require for the purpose of database connectivity. So tell me the name of a classes for database connectivity. So connection class, yes. Connection con, you initiate it with null value. Everyone remember this one? Connection class.
Result set.
Okay. Then we want a statement. We don't want prepaid statement because we are only firing select star from student table. So it is statement stmt is equal to null. But whenever I am using this one, it will always show an error because I need to import one package. Most important. What is the name of the package? Import. Where these classes are present? Anyone knows? Yes. Java dot. Yes. Anyone? Does anyone remember? किसी को आता है क्या? कौन सा पैकेज हम यूज करते हैं यहाँ पर? नहीं? SQL dot star. Are you clear with this one?
Yes, sir. अभी याद आया.
It is SQL package is required for the purpose of database connectivity. So connection con is equal to null, and this is statement. And one more thing we want, that is we want to display something, so we need to have result set. So result set RST is equal to null. So are you clear with this one? So these three things we require for the purpose of database connectivity. Yes? Okay. So shall we move further? Now this is the only declaration we have done. Now we'll write everything into your do post do get method. So what is first, everywhere you have to make a habit of writing something like this. So it is a response object dot set what set what, anyone? Set context, set content type, and into bracket is text slash html. I will give only put this part only. Okay. Then after that I need to use, I want to display something on a screen, so I want print writer, and this is nothing but I'm giving a name called as print writer out is equal to, it is response, so I want to display something on a screen out, so it is response dot get writer. So this writer object is being created. Now I will be displaying something in the format of HTML. So out dot print ln, and into this I will be writing a code of HTML. So we always start HTML with HTML tag, and into that there is head part. Into head there is title. So title is nothing but your display, we'll call it as student record, and this one with slash title, and this is nothing but slash head, and I'm pressing enter, so automatically second line will be open, plus will be created because this is a ready-made ID. So head, after that I am starting my body tag, and we'll stop this program here. So okay, the head is there. So just I'm pressing enter, automatically to the head, title will be there. I'm closing a head part and I'm closing a body. So now up till this I think everyone is clear with this one. Now we'll start writing a code for database connectivity. So for that purpose I need to use try catch block. So try block catch block. So try catch, and whatever catch we want to do we'll be writing into this one. So make a habit of writing a try catch like this one. Okay. So first statement, that is class dot for name, and what is the string we are providing? Anyone remember? It is com dot mysql, we are using mysql database dot jdbc dot.
ODBC.
No, it is not ODBC. It is JDBC driver we are using nowadays. So JDBC ODBC driver is for access database. So com.mysql.jdbc.odbc, jdbc.driver, and then semicolon. Now whenever this type of class has been used, it is always through an exception. So we will be catching those exception immediately. So this is nothing but class not found exception. So we'll call it as CNNFE. So this is the class not found exception. So I am giving a name class not found exception, and I will be handling this exception over here. So it is nothing but system dot out dot print, and we'll be giving the name of object it CNFE dot get message. So console will be displaying a message. So get message. So this is the function that will be handling the exception being thrown by this class found. Then after that, we need to use this. Now till this is step completed. Now we are creating object of con. So anyone remember? So this need to be initiated. The how connection con is equal to, yes, driver manager
Get connection.
dot get
Get
connection. And what is there we write into this connection? Anyone remember?
URL, username, password.
Okay, yes, it is URL. JDBC is the URL. JDBC colon mysql colon 2 / localhost, and as you know, it is on port number, mysql is on port number 3306. So localhost colon 3306, and into this database you see here, it is mysql, it is in MCA2 database. So I will be writing here /MCA2 is the name of a database, and I need to pass two parameters over here. What are these two parameters? This is the database which I am using here. So what is its username and password? So whichever database I am using, so what is the username and password? So it is, I have made it open to everybody. So it is basically root is a username, and I'll never give a password, so I have not written anything into this one. So semicolon. Whenever this has been passed, so just I want to check what is there. So here there is an error being thrown, so I need to catch this error. So again I am copying this try catch block, catch part, and here this exception will be thrown is nothing but your SQL exception, and the name of exception will be I'll call it as SQL object, and here I will be handling that one. So this type of exception is always been thrown due to this driver manager. So up till now everyone is clear. So now we are connected with the database. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now statement. Now connection is okay. Now I want to use this statement object stmt to fire a query into this one. So stmt, there is a statement, is equal to con dot create statement. That's it. Now this statement object is created, and now you can use this statement object. You can use this statement object to fire a query into this database. So here you will be writing a query over here. So string, I am saying query, so query query will be written into double quote. So the query will be very simple: select star from student. So student is my table, so you just check it into database. So what is name of my table? So this is student in lowercase. So select star from student will be the query, and this query will be fired using stmt object. That is statement stmt is the statement object we have already created. Dot execute, what is it? Execute query or execute update? Yes,
Execute query.
yes, it should be
Query.
yes. So I'm passing this query into this execute query, and whenever I pass this query, I need to store, because here the query will be fired and data will be retrieved. Where to store it? So buffer should be there. The buffer is nothing but a result set object. So RST, so result set is equal to statement dot execute query. The query will be fire, and I will get all my records from this select star from student, and it will be stored temporarily into my result set. So now everyone is clear with this one. Okay, shall we move further now? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I want to display this content into a table format. Whatever record is there into my table in this database, I want to display in the same format. It should be a column with roll number, name, contact address, and with 1 2. This should be just like this, should be very systematic. So here I need to use out object, because I need to create your, so print is the object, and I'm writing something like this. So table, and into table I need to create a tr, table row, and table row will be containing table head, and this table head will be containing fields like roll number, so roll number, then table header. I think everyone knows this table header, na? Roll number, student, so student name slash table header, and then table header with contact number. I'm closing this table header slash table header, and last one, table header will be containing what is called address. So I think so we need to check exactly what is that. So roll number, name, contact, and address. Okay, so it is address, and finally I am closing this table header, and finally the row will be closed. So row will be closed, called as slash tr means table row being completed. So these 4 fields will be displayed first, and after that you will see whenever a record is been retrieved, so it is only displayed once. So I am writing this out of while loop, and this record will be first record, second record, third record is been initiated again and again, so it will be written into while loop. So once roll number will be only displayed once, so here that's why I have written once in this way. Now here I will be using a while loop for the purpose of retrieving something. So it's caps lock while rst result set dot next. जब तक result set में कुछ तो भी है तब तक ये घूमते रहेगा, so rst dot next, and this is a function, so I have to write this like this. Okay, so here I want to retrieve something and I want to display directly. So for that purpose I need to display it in a table format. So out dot println, so I will say out dot print, and into this I will be writing something like this. So table row, so table row is being created, and table row will be containing a cell. So I am writing very systematically. So table row will be containing a cell. So this is my first row, and then a td. So there will be multiple tds. So first td will be containing so here I will be closing this parameter, so plus 2 signs, and it will be rst dot get integer, because here you see in your database roll number is in the format of number, this is in the format of text, this is in the format of text, and this is in the format text. So now I want to retrieve this one. So rst dot get int, and into this get int will be giving the column number. So first column is integer that will be retrieved and that will be displayed in this first cell. Now I want to display in a second cell, so again td, and this td will be again containing a second part. So here I am putting two double quote, two plus sign, and the record set here would be, so rst dot get string, string, so get string, and the column number will be 2 because this is nothing but a name. Same way, double quote td cell, and td will need to be closed, so slash td, I am clicking two double quotes, 2 plus sign, and here it will be the quotes rst dot get string and the column number 3. Same way, here I am pressing an enter, so td cell double quotes, so rst dot get string, and it's column number 4. So I think everyone is clear with this one. So I'm just formatting it, right click, source, and just format this one. So you'll see everything will be like this one. First, second, third cell. So this is table row, it will be displayed first. The cell number 1, cell number 2, cell number 3, cell number 4, and finally this is being closed, so out is being closed. Now into this, if you want to display something on a console also, you can use system.out.println and you can display it on a screen, but now it is there. And finally my task is completed. If we need to close this row, so slash tr, so table row will be closed over here. So if it is one record, one row will be created with different cells, so cell number 1, cell number 2, cell number 3, and cell number 4. So 4 cells will be there, and this row will be completed. Now it is while this loop is, if it is executing for second time, it will be displayed on a second row. So up till now I think everyone is clear with this one. Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now while loop is started over here and it is closed over here. Now after my task is completed, I need to close everything whatever I have opened it. So I have to stop my because I have started this one, na? HTML I have started, head is started and closed, but body is started but not closed, table is started but not closed. So I need to close everything after while loop. So out dot print, and I need to close everything whichever I have tag I have opened. So it is, I need to close table tag, so it is closed. I need to close a body tag also, so body closed, and I need to close my HTML also, so slash HTML closed. Now in this section, after this one, so here we have written everything in this try and catch. So I have catched those exceptions. The first exception I have catched, second exception I have catched. If you still think there is some exception will be created, so we will be copying the name of like this one, and we'll be creating a generic exception called as exception E. We will the object, and this is E will be handled. Now I need to close everything whatever I have object I have used into this my programming. So I will be using this part to display the catch part, and here I will be closing finally statement stmt dot close. So statement need to be closed. So now statement is closed, connection need to be closed, So close, close. So statement close and your connection close. Now everything is closed. Repeated object is then okay. Now everything I have closed. Now here there is some, oh, what is that here? So try is there, catch is there. Now this is what? Again I am formatting it, source, and I am go for format. So it will be in a very systematic way in front of me. So I think there is no problem in the code. So shall we move for running this program? Yes. Shall I move for running?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Right click. I'm saying run and running this program. Next. Finish. First we'll see what is there in database, and we verified whether it is actually there. So we see what we have seen in a database was this record. See this record, and we have received same on the browser. So it was Virat Kohli, second was Sachin Tendulkar, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Saurabh Ganguly, Yuvraj Singh, Anil Khan, and then Sunil Gavaskar. So see, we have retrieved each and every record, and we have displayed in front of you. Now whenever you display something like this, now here it is very uncommon that there is some style sheet need to be added, some borders need to be added. So just I will make some changes over there in the code, so that it will be very simple for you to where to add those style sheets. So now I want to add some borders for my table, I want to add some color to my background. So now in this stage you should be very much clear with different types of what we call as style sheets and everything. So in this body tag I will use something like this. So just I put an enter over there. So body, it is style equal to style. Then you have to give, whenever you are writing a style, so you have to give it a comma equal to sign, two what you call as quotes, and you have to write your style sheets like this. So I want to give a background, so background for my uh, page, so background colon, so I want to give a gray color to that. So background colon gray, and I have need to put a semicolon. So this is my style sheet. This is the only way of giving inline style sheet over here. Now same way in a table I want to give a border like this. So it again style is equal to single quote, and you will be giving your style sheet called as a border. So border colon, so I want to make it a 1 pixel space, it should be solid, uh, and it should be black in color. So I have given all my features in one single line. Now I just copy this table part, and I will be giving the semicolon over here. So I will just copy this part, and I will put over here in this table row. So wherever it is there, it will be added to the row. Now it is saved. I will save this one, and then I will go for right click and run. I'm refreshing it again. So see, ये रिकॉर्ड किधर गए? So see, the background color has came, and 1357 odd numbers are coming. Why? Okay, my all records are retrieved and it is displayed like this. So one Virat Kohli, you want this to the border to be displayed to this cell itself, that just like a student name. You need to make a change over that you have to copy paste this tile part and you have to write it within each cell. जैसे मैंने यहाँ पर एक एग्जांपल के लिए बताता हूँ, यहाँ पर जैसे मैंने बताऊँगा. सो टेबल, सो ये में थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड बन रहा है आपको. Okay, so this table row on this table header. So first TD with some style sheet, second TD, third TD, and I am saving this one, stopping the server. Now this will be there. Again copy this part. Again this should be in the row also. So I am putting it in a row also. So saving it, right click, run. Now this will be displaying a very systematic record in front of me. So you have to go for designing also. For the purpose of practice, there is no need for adding a style sheet, but if you want, you can display in this format. Yes, yes, everyone clear with this? We are using servlet, and here this servlet is being called directly. So everyone clear with this one? Shall we move for further examples, or shall we wait?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so shall we move for inserting a record into a database? Yes, using do post method.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so right click. Now in this same format, there will be one page. So already I have created that page one. So it is called as a registration. I will not waste your time. So just right click, run, and we'll just show you how this design is being created. So we'll create at the initial stage directly, but just I want to show you how it will be looking like this. So okay, so we'll be creating a registration form like this one, with roll number, with name of student, contact number and address, and when I click on this one, record should get inserted and message should be displayed. Just so here it is displaying something different, but what is that? That will be part will be completing immediately in this. So shall we go for writing this code? Okay, so here in this I am closing this one, closing a server, and some part I will copy paste, but still I need to create a separate file in front of you. So I am creating on database. No, the project name is servlet demo. Right click, new, and I am clicking HTML file, and I will be giving a name called as a student registration. So this is my HTML file, and I'm saying next. So ready-made codes will be added over there, and here I will be pasting some parts. So form, so let it be. So I will start from scratch. So form is the most important thing, and here it should be a method, which method I want to use. So now I want to insert into a database, so method. So method should be post method, so I will be writing a post over here. Now it should be action, which file I want to call. So action is equal to double quote. I am not writing name because I have not created that file, so I have stopped here. Now into this I will be writing something like h1, and h1 it will be student registration form. That's it. I am closing this slash h. Okay, so that will be automatically be created because it is HTML editor. So into this we could be creating what we call as roll number, roll number, and that will be having input type is equal to text name. I want to give it as ROL, roll, and that's it. So I need to close this part, so this has been closed. Then it should be a student name, so student name. So again, input type is equal to, it will be a text, so text. So whenever I'm writing like this, so it should be always in the format of double quote. So make a habit of writing every value into format of double quote. So double quote here, I have missed name, I have missed double quote over here. Okay, so again it is a text box, and the text box will be given a some name. So I will be giving a name as s name. So name is equal to s name, so that is s name is the name of a student. So this is what is expected over here. So student name, and I'm closing this singleton tag. Same way I just copy for contact number and for address. So here it will be contact number, and here it will be address, and I will give a name called as contact here. CONTACT is the name of this contact text box, and this is address. So address will be the name given to this address text box. Now when I run this program, so I finally I need to close the form also. So slash form will be closed, and this form is ready. Now when I run this program, the GUI will be somewhat not, you will not like that GUI, because it is very complicated, a text box and everything will be very close to one another. See, it will be like this. So what we'll do is that I'll be creating one table. So I'm going for designing immediately. So table border is equal to 1. So in this there will be a table row, and into table row first cell will be TD, roll number in the first row. First cell will be table roll number. Now I'm closing this slash TD, and second TD will be my input box, and I need to close this input box over here. So slash TD, and I need to close my row also. So table row is being closed. So here again same, it is second row, so table row, then table data, completed. Again TD, next cell started, and I need will be closing table data, table row. So both. Again third will be table row, table data, and this cell will be closed over here. So slash table data, and again I'm opening second cell, and this second cell is need to be closed, and second row is again closed. Slash okay, same way. So I just copy paste this part, you will get very much clear about I think what we have done here finally. And this is table close. Now I need to create again a table row, because I want a button over there. So table row, then TD, and a button should be there. So input type is equal to submit, and the value that should be displayed, it should be value is equal to in double quote save record, and second cell will be another text box, that is input type is equal to double quote uh, reset value is equal to double quote clear, and I need to close this table cell and close it to table row. That's it. So I think everyone is okay with this part. So finally still my table need to be closed. So table is being closed. So now everything is okay. I'm just going for running this program. You will see the design will be very much and I refresh this page, so it will be a very systematic form in front of you. So are you clear with this, how we have created the form? Yes. When I click on this save button, it should retrieve this data and it should get stored into your database. So shall we move further? Yes. If I put something like this, when I say OK submit, it should be submitted. And when I put on this something and when I put some clear button, so it should get clear. So shall we move further for transmitting this data into a database? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll move one by one. Now we'll move for the code again. I'm stopping the server. So whenever I click on this submit button, so the data from this text box, roll number, S name, contact and address should be captured with together and should be posted using a post method into a servlet. So I will be giving a name called as insert student servlet. ऐसा मैं इसको नाम देता हूँ, insert students servlet. I am copying the name and I am clicking on this server demo, right click, new, and this is nothing but your servlet. I am pasting a name because there should not be a change into a name, so I am pasting name called as insert student servlet into class name, not in the package name. I am saying next and next, and yes, I will be unclicking everything and I will just want a post method because I have used post method over there. Okay, so here I have used post, so that means I need to use do post method. So that's it. I have clicked, servlet will be created. Now the thing that I don't require, that will be removed. So here I don't want this text content to be displayed, I don't want something to be written in the post method, I don't want this to be scripted. So this is one thing you have to be careful whenever you are removing something. I'm saving this part, and now you help me for writing the code. Now what is the first step I need to do in this program is that I need to check what all packages are there or not. So now I need a IO package, yes it is there. I need a servlet package, yes it is there. I need a servlet HTTP package, that's it there. I removed unnecessary unwanted classes. So are you clear with these three packages now? Now this is anonymous web servlet, that is not issue, that is because we are using IDs, so some ready-made things are being carried out. So these are the only three packages which we want. Okay, so anything extra we need to import? Yes, anyone? और कुछ हमें लेना जरूरी है इसके अंदर? Yes?
SQL package.
Yes, it's SQL dot star package needed to be imported. Now very fast you give me the list of variables we need to add. So variables I need for inserting. So variables for insert. So help me. So one is connection con is equal to null. Yes, tell me another. You want statement or prepared statement now?
Prepared statement.
Okay, prepared statement. So prepared statement PST is equal to null. You want result set? Yes. I just want to insert record and get a message that your record inserted. That's it. So do you want result set now? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Okay, don't want. So let it be. We don't want that one. So these are the only two variables are required for the purpose of inserting something into my database. Now I will be writing a code into do post method. So everything will be written into a try catch block. So I am initiating a try and I am catching everything into a catch. So I will be using only one exception, so not wasting writing everything. So exception E, and that will be handled into this bracket. So now he helped me to write the code. So class dot for name, and give me fast entry what needed to be entered over here. Class dot for name, it is com dot, yes, mysql dot jdbc dot driver, yes, put semicolon over there. Now second one, con is equal to driver manager dot get connection, and what should be added into this get connection? Yes, jdbc colon mysql colon / localhost colon 3306 slash mca2 is a database name, and we need to pass two parameters by comma double quote, and the first parameter is a username, so it is root, and as I have not used any password, so it is not there. So are you clear with this part what we have done? Yes, any doubt?
Sir, this is type for driver.
Yes, it is type for driver. Now next, prepare statement pst. What is the name of prepare statement? Pst is equal to con dot prepare statement, and into this prepare statement we'll be writing a query. So a query will be insert into student table student values. So what all values are there, I need to put it into a question mark. So one second. So first question mark, भूल गए क्या सर?
रोल नंबर,
हाँ, रोल नंबर, नेम, कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर, एड्रेस. सो 4 क्वेश्चन मार्क. सो पीएसटी के अंदर 4 जाएंगे. सो वी हैव टू स्पेसिफाई पहला क्वेश्चन मार्क मतलब क्या. सो पीएसटी डॉट सेट int, because first is integer, set int int, and you have to specify the first parameter. So my first column will be containing something called as the first argument. Okay, so we'll make a change in later part. So second part will be pst dot set, because it is a string, so set string. So set string, so parameter number 2, so whatever it is that will be going for later on. So pst dot set string, so it is column number 3, and we will be passing some value over there. And last one, pst dot set string, and into that it will be the 4th column, and that will be containing some value. And finally, what is this first parameter value? It is nothing but whenever I enter something from this text box called as a role, so that should be added into this first column. So here I need to use this request and response object. So what should I use, request or response? I want to get something into this argument, so I should use response or request? Tell me.
request,
Yes, it should be request dot get parameter, and I need to pass this parameter. So name is roll number. Now see, the roll number here will be entered in the format of text. Now here I am saying integer, so I need to typecast it. So integer dot parse int, and I need to pass this parameter over here. So ये मैंने ये पैरामीटर में डाल दिया, तभी जाके ये जो भी आप भेजेंगे वो टेक्स्ट में कन्वर्ट करके, इंटीजर में कन्वर्ट करके इसके अंदर स्टोर करेगा. सो आई नीड टू राइट एवरीथिंग इन द फॉर्म ऑफ डबल कोड. सो दिस इज नथिंग बट अ वैल्यू ऑफ योर टेक्स्ट बॉक्स. सो डबल कोड में मुझे इसको लिखना पड़ेगा. ओके, सो सेम वे इट्स रिक्वेस्ट dot get parameter, and my second text box is nothing but my S name. So I need to write it in double quote. So S name. Okay. A third one, request dot get parameter, and my third is the name I will be using is contact. So I'm copying the name because there will be some changes if you write manually. And finally it is again a request okay request dot get parameter, and this is nothing but a fourth column, and that values will be nothing but your address. So are you clear with this part what we have written? And after receiving everything I need to check it. So int, so I will set it in the result. So agar record insert होगा तो pst, that is prepare statement dot execute update will be there. So as soon as update is carried out, if it is record is inserted, the initial value will be increased from 0 to 1. So we'll be checking everything, and after that we'll be displaying appropriate message. So if result is greater than 0, it means something has happened. So what is that? So you need to display everything in the format of out.println. So we'll be directly writing this one. So out, so I have not created object of out, so here I will be creating it into this before this while loop. So I want it is response dot set request dot set context so send content type, and to get double quote text slash html, and second line will be print writer. So print writer out is equal to response, because I want to display something out. So response dot get writer, that's it, and putting a semicolon. So my writer is okay. So I will be displaying directly like this, out dot print. So I will be displaying record inserted, else out dot print no record inserted. So if you want to display in a board format, use h2. So h2 is nothing but header 2 format, and that will be displayed in front of it. So you can close that one also. So h2. So here also I want to display, so I will be using in h3. So you can use any header type slash h3. So are you clear with this one? Yes. Finally I need to close everything what I have opened it over here. So catch again exception EE, and I will be catching everything over here. So there are different types of exception being required whenever you are copying it. So I will just write all the exception which are being thrown, and you write a description over there. So it is a class not found exception, class not found exception. This is SQL exception E1, I will call it as E1, and there is exception called as E3. Same way here I will be called as E4, and here I will need to be closing everything. So PST, that is prepare statement dot close, and connection dot close, and here after this I need to close my output also. So out dot close. So that's it. So are you clear with this one? Shall we move for running this program now? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I am right clicking on the insert this program called as a student registration, and this is nothing post, and this is name of class. Okay, run, finish. Now see, refreshing again the page. Okay, so I will be entering roll number 10. Now it is Mohit Kumar. I'm entering the name called as Mohit Kumar. Contact number is 858585855888, and address we'll call it as Nasik Road. So we'll write it and we'll save it. So if it is stored, record inserted. Now again I'll check it again, because the roll number 10 again I'm copying. Now it is not showing anything, so I'm refreshing it. So again it is something. So I'll go for refreshing the page, and I just put enter again, the same name, Tim and Sushil, and some contact number and address something Pune, and I'm saving this. So it will not show me the error, so let it be. So we'll handle those situation in next part. But now still, as the record is inserted, we check in a database whether that person data is been added into database or not. One second. So see that Mohit Kumar is already added. See this Mohit Kumar. So if you want to add something extra, you put roll number 11 and say save. We'll refresh it. So that record will be inserted and will be stored into a database. So you just check it into it server MySQL. It is already stored. We'll go for storing the record again. Closing this part. So see, we have already one program over here. So we'll go click on registration. So student registration form, right click, run, finish. Then I will be entering one roll number called as a 20 roll number, and some record will be inserted into that. So roll number 20, and suppose we call it as Sushil Kumar, and some number over there, mobile number, and address like Pune, Satara Road, and we'll click on save button. So actually it should get displayed. Okay, I have stopped that database. Okay, so that was the main issue. So there is an exactly an error, and we have not handled that error. So just I will catch those error and we'll move further. So here I have not shown anything, so I need to display system dot out out dot print, and I will show this message so that I will get an error exactly what has happened. So e dot get message, same way e1 dot get message, e2 dot guess message, and again e4 dot get message. So that will be displayed on console, not on a browser directly. So e3. So I'm stopping my server now. I will check it whether my XAMPP is open or not. One second. Lot many processes are going on, that's why it is taking some time. I think now you are clear with this what we are doing and what is actually happening with that. One second. So I'm stopping my database now and again restarting it. Okay. Okay, now it is started. So attempt for MySQL services. Now it is started with the API ID and now it will be displaying its port number. So 3306 is the port number. I'm minimizing this one and okay. So again I'm starting this registration form and previously before that I will run this program. So I will check in the database. So all my records are present or not. So student data display. Already we have run this created this program. So we'll just check it. How many records are there into that. So see there are 10 records. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 records. I'm stopping the server now. And now I'm opening this part and running this registration form now. So run server. Finish. So you know that there are 10 records. So okay, so we'll enter 11th record. We'll call it as Vivek Patil and contact number something like this, and we'll call it as Mumbai Road, Pune City. So I'm saving this record. So see there is something error into database. Data too long for column 1, contact to row 1. Okay, no problem. So I have it's huge number. Okay, so save. So record inserted and we'll check it over here, so whether it is there or not. So in this student, insert student, so we'll refresh this one. So see this Vivek Patil with some mobile number is been stored and it is Mumbai Road Pune displayed. Okay, so whenever we catch those exceptions will be very much clear in front of us. So what is there? So it was contact number that was taking maximum value, so it that was the error. So we have handled that error and now the code is inserted. So is everyone clear with this one? Yes. So tomorrow,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
tomorrow morning my lecture will be at 11, and we'll be continuing writing a code for 2-3 example again. So tomorrow again we will start one program. We'll start with scrap. We'll write a program for the university question paper itself. Okay. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
tomorrow morning at